Hello. Hello, hello, hello. Hi. Hello, everybody. Hi. I see Honest Red. I see Helios. I see Wonder Greek. What's up, my guys? Hey. What's going on? I was just finishing shoving some food in my face. Because, ain't that always the way? Oh, you got tacos? I got lasagna. Finish it all. Probably eat some more later, but that was enough for now. I am a little bit tired today. It's starting to get dark out, but it's also gotten way darker because it's all clouded over, stormy like days do be. So, I've been looking forward to today, but I waited until a lot later to go. Hmm. I hope everybody's had a good weekend. It is Sunday. I downloaded A Bug's Life, like the old game, because we were talking about that when we played Tanoki. Tunoki? So I figured we'd try and play some Bug's Life. I don't know how well it's gonna work. We're gonna find out because I didn't test it. I just made sure it turned on. That's all I did. So I don't know, and I make no promises. But before that, I'm gonna need these because they're what's plugged in right now. But before that, I figure we talk about Vic Mignogna stands. I'm not convinced they know how to function in a civilized society. I shouldn't say civilized, I said average. Now, disclaimer, I do not know if these people, like, if the person we're going to talk about has any kind of issues, like whether or not they have any kind of, like, learning disabilities or anything like that. I have no idea. They did not indicate as such. Uh, Also, that is not my responsibility, and I refuse to treat people as invalids, so I'm not going to. Okay, get some background, especially what the hell is Vic Mignogna? Who the hell? Okay. Vic Mignogna is or was a relatively prolific voice actor in the 90s into the early 2000s. Um, he's the voice of Tamaki in Uran High School Host Club. He was the voice of the bad demon dude in Sayuki. Yeah, he's the voice of Edward Elric for Full Metal Alchemist and Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. He is the voice of Broly. Um, a relatively beloved voice actor for a lot of I think early anime fans. However, he didn't have the greatest reputation at conventions. And essentially, the reputation was that he was a dick to work with. He was kind of basically a prima donna and he would yell at staff, and that's the issues that cons have with him. Now there was a secondary issue where there was a lot of like inappropriate touching or accusations of a lot of inappropriate touching of people who may or may not have been underaged, and some of these accusations are more on the harmless side and some of them are more on the that's gross, egregious, and assault side. um so you can kind of take those as you will, one way or another. There are definitely pictures associated with some of these claims and admissions on his part for some of these claims. The majority of them being he likes to touch people without their consent. That seems to be the theme. Um, so like he'll put his arm around people and hug people and get like real close to them and make them very uncomfortable and then just be like, but I want people to hug me. And yeah, there was also the solicitation of sex from fans. So using your fan base as a dating pool, particularly when you're in your 60s and they're in their early 20s, is kind of a yikes. Um, Not to say that those women weren't women and able to make whatever decision they wanted to, power imbalance aside. Um, The one that sticks out in my brain the most was during the deposition, because Vic Mignogna. So there were accusations of like more like aggressive assault coming from people who had worked, um, who had worked with him. He was accused of pulling like somebody's hair and pulling their head back and stuff like that. Um, when Funimation was bought by Sony, Sony did an investigation on Sony into Funimation, and decided to terminate his contracts and decide not to work with him any further. This caused outrage from him and his fans, and they kind of went around harassing anybody who'd made any kind of accusation or had talked about the story in a way that was not positive. The Doomslayer. I am a beautiful butterfly. Yes, we will get there. We will get to Heimlich, whom I love. His tiny little wings. Um, what was I saying? Brain. Oh, so there was backlash. He then sued for defamation 3 people and Funimation. And his lawsuit was funded by and pushed for by a relatively prevalent YouTube lawyer named Nick Rakita, or Rakita Law. Rakita Law hired or had Vic Mignogna hire his buddy, who was a real estate lawyer, and a real estate lawyer is going to really do a great job at what's it called, defamation case. Um, So that was about that. Vic Mignogna, they made like some $30,000 plus. I don't remember how much it was, but either way, the money went from Rakita to Rakita's friend, and apparently Vic never touched it, never saw it, doesn't know anything about that. There has been no response from Rakita Law to post any kind of receipts or anything about that. So take that for what you will. There's also like the lawsuit itself, as Rakita's friend was doing it, was a international laughing stock in the law community, according to Twitter law. Like people on Twitter who are lawyers who like to talk about cases and stuff, they were, I guess, laughing about it around the world. Particularly in that Mignogna's lawyer did not submit things, tried to retract things he had already submitted, submitting wrong things. There is also a question of potential perjury or falsifying notoriety. Um, but if you want to dive into that, that's a whole other thing. Anyway, that's kind of the lowdown. Oh, he failed. He tried to appeal it, got kicked out of the appeals, and I think now he's trying to put it to Texas Supreme Court or something. I don't know. But either way, he's also talking about now suing people now for talking about the things he's doing publicly. Oh yeah, and he also accidentally showed his underwear on stream when he was on stream with a bunch of women. Um, and then when people laughed about it, he decided to go live and wave his underwear around for people to look at and tell them to compare the underwear he was holding to the underwear he was wearing, ostensibly asking his fan base to check out his junk. So, take that as you will. Most recently, he's also been basically like blacklisted from any conventions. Any convention who has uh, said that he was going, has announced him, I guess would be the term. Any convention that has announced him has generally been made aware of his colorful history, and for the most part, they cancel him. And so, people who are fans of Vic Mignogna like to blame anybody who doesn't like Vic Mignogna for the cons canceling him when they find out he's a liability. So they basically say that this is harassment. Anyway, I recently had somebody who was a fan of Vic Mignogna that we watched their video on this channel. It was about nearly an hour long video. We took our time and we watched it, and the dude's a fucking idiot and doesn't know what he's talking about. And when I say an idiot, as in like he doesn't know the difference between civil law and criminal law. Like that kind of idiot. Also words and shit. So I'm gonna show you my interaction with this person. And then you guys can decide for yourself, because initially they had basically, I would say, reached out to me aggressively because I left a comment on their video saying, "Hey, would you like to have a conversation? I have some follow-up questions for you on some of your," because they were accusing people who like kick Vic, who like people who want to get rid of Vic Mignogna, or don't want him going to cons, or don't like him in general, of being criminals. So I was looking for some follow up on that, and I was about halfway through the video. Not long after, I followed up my comment by saying, "Never mind. I'm not too big on having people who threaten other people with their private information online, and platforming, that kind of stuff." They took offense to that. And I'll show you the. Let me show you. Let's move over. Ta-da! So this is the conversation. As most of you may know, I have a long-standing rule that I am not responsible for keeping your information, like keeping DMs private. If I have this is not my shtick. I do not care. And that has been a long-running thing for me. Anything you say is liable to be used against you in court. So they sent money on Patreon, or they joined Patreon. I don't know if they ever actually got charged or not. I didn't actually look to see. Um, but they gave some money on Patreon so they could contact me on Discord. Which, by the way, you don't need to do. My Discord there's parts of my Discord that are public. You can just join. You didn't need to do that. Basically, to get access to me to come in my direction after I said that they were threatening people. So they wanted to explain themselves, or wanted to be given an opportunity to explain themselves. So they messaged in the Discord, and I said, just because they were like, "Can we talk in private? Can I have this, that, and the other thing?" I'm like, "Just friend me from the Discord. It's easier." And as you can see, it says add friend. We'll get to that. So, hi, I'm Munchkin Adversary. That was the video that we watched. The dude you commented on YouTube. And now you can see kind of the type of conversation we're having, if that's how we're gonna start. This is not very specific, but I appreciate they gave their name. I just wanted you to understand that if you're referring to me, I'm not someone who makes threats. There's a situation that's going on in which I am helping to get law enforcement involved because so much abuse going on regarding that drama. I have no idea what this person is talking about at this point. But if I misunderstood your comments, I apologize. I have comments set on pending review, and sometimes YouTube deletes them ? When I approve. Also, it's probably best if you didn't host me due to people who got dragged into the drama. I don't like dragging anyone in because I don't like people getting hurt. So far as I can understand, is that they're double checking, they're asking for clarification if I was saying that they had threatened somebody in their video because they wouldn't threaten anybody. Also, something kind of unrelated about getting law enforcement involved about some kind of abuse that I have no idea what is being referred to. And that YouTube is broken and that I shouldn't bring them on because that would drag me into drama or something. So, I. Huh? I, I'm curious about this drama thing because I did reach out to both I Stand with Vic Losers and I reached out to Mars Girl to ask about this guy specifically because if I was going to have them on, I wanted to make sure that they weren't actual, there wasn't like some kind of active threat or they weren't some kind of issue. The response I got was, I don't recognize that name. I don't even know who that is. So apparently, there's a little bit of self importance here about if you get involved with me, you're going to get involved with drama and nobody knows who you are. So alright. So who knows who you are? It's not the Kick Vic side. So, curious. I would also like to point out that this person throughout their video said that they are not on Kick Vic and they are not on I Stand with Vic sides. And we're going to see how that falls apart very quickly. As it did in his video. So, I just said YouTube is busted half the time, lol. A couple of clarifying questions, because I don't know what the hell this guy is talking about. How are you getting law enforcement involved? Because I made the assumption that he's talking about something to do with, like, Kick Vic versus I Stand with Vic on Twitter. What situation and how is it related / relevant to Kick Vic and I Stand with Vic, right? And what abuse? I don't know what having you on would do about dragging anyone into anything. If you were to come on, it would simply be about the positions and arguments you presented in your video. Also, I don't think you misunderstood my comment. You straight up threatened somebody, though that might not have been your intention. Basically, and I get it and I tell him exactly what part I'm talking about. So, when did I say to threaten someone? That's not what I said. I didn't say he was telling people to threaten someone, I said he did threaten someone. Which comment was it? You'll notice they aren't answering my questions or clarifying anything. So this was a paraphrase of what he had said. I have information about you and your relative. I want to protect you, but I can't because of your behavior, and bad things are going to happen to you because of your behavior. Anybody who was here last time probably remembers that bit. His response was, that was not a threat. That was a cause and effect warning. I am trying to prevent that. And you might start to notice some of the problems with this thought process. It's me saying, please stop or you'll doom us all, but serious. People were doxing her because she didn't stop. I'm not going to hurt her. I said, that's even worse. Stop doing what you're doing. I have your info or else. A cause and effect. You'll see the. Listen, honest. Wait for his example. You will fall out of your chair. And then I was heading out. I was going to go see the Dungeons and Dragons movie, so I went off on my merry way. Meanwhile, no, I was saying people kept using that as a reason to dox her. I can't help beyond what I can do if she doesn't stop. Sigh, this is a misunderstanding. That is still a threat. If you don't stop what you're doing, you're going to continue to get doxxed and your information is to continue to go out. Also, I have your information. I need to let you know that I have your information, and if you keep what you're doing, you're going to keep getting doxxed or your information is going to keep going out there. I can't protect you. So one of the questions that I was initially planning on asking was, who asked you? Who asked you to protect them? Who asked you to do them any favors? And in doing so, what are you expecting back? Right? Because people who do this kind of stuff never do it for free. This is like I have an expectation. I'm helping you, therefore, right? It's never that. But I definitely agree. It's a misunderstanding. It's a misunderstanding of I don't think this dude knows how fucking words function. And like I said initially, this might not have been your intention, but these are the words you've said. So when I came on, one of my questions was also going to be, can you define what a threat is for me? And then I was going to ask them to define harassment or abuse later down the line, but I was going to start with a threat, right? The I Stand with Vic / Kick Vic situation involves a voice actor named Vic Mignogna who has been hit with repeated harassment for 4 years. Bitch, where? Hey, Renegade, it's good to see you. I would actually be very curious to know where Vic Mignogna has been being harassed for 4 years. There have been people who talk that they don't like him. There have been people who talk about the things that he does in an unpleasant manner, but or like in a negative, talk about him in a negative light. But harassment, what constitutes harassment in their case? He's the one who sued other people and then lost his case. Is it harassment to talk about his case? He's the one waving his underwear around on stream. Is that harassment? Hey, good to see you. I see Vlad. I see Mania. Welcome, welcome. We're going through a hot pocket over here. So I'd be curious to see an example that would be consistent, right? Because if you say, well, he's lost work because of the situation, I would be curious to see if you can actually demonstrate that he's lost work because of his behavior versus because of the behavior of other people. And if the only thing that's preventing him from, or the other thing causing him losing work is people letting other people know that about his behavior, then the problem is still his behavior, because keeping his behavior a secret and just not talking about it wouldn't constitute, right? That doesn't follow. So, you know. Anyway, I do like that this guy is trying to very biasly explain to me who Vic Mignogna is. Which means, one, he didn't know that I did a stream about this already and watched his video. And two, it means that he went to my YouTube channel, went to my Patreon, paid me money to go into the Discord, but did not check to see if I had ever spoken about Vic Mignogna before. Yes. People accuse him of being a sexual predator, but never contacted law enforcement, nor did they present evidence. What they call him is like a predator or a sex pest, I think is the common term, which basically means like he solicits people for sex who are obviously not interested, or he solicits people for sex who it's in a situation where it's inappropriate to do so. And so, and you can be a predator in that you're targeting people, not that you've been convicted. They're like, words are polysemous. And so in some cases, a sexual predator is going to be somebody who has been convicted, and in other cases, a sexual predator is going to be somebody who utilizes predatory tactics in who they pick and choose and how they approach sexual partners. Does that make sense? Yes or no in the chat. I need to make sure that makes sense before I move on with the point. I realize I also left my closet door open. So excuse me. Does that make sense? Okay, cool. So, you don't necessarily have to provide evidence for an opinion. But if you're going to like have a conversation about it, then and you're going to use somebody as a specific example, you should have at least examples, right? Evidence is a misnomer here because that's not how that functions. What they mean is a citation or an example of Vic Mignogna being a sex pest or a sexual predator. So I'm going to give you a really quick example. Vic Mignogna, who has a fan base that is consistently underage, right? Not all of them, but has a fan base that generally consists of underage people. And he went on a live stream and waved his underwear around. This man is over 60. That is enough of a reason to say that his behavior is predatory, and it's enough of a reason to say that it's a pest. Right? Now, you could also go a step further and take Vic Mignogna's deposition, because he got deposed during the lawsuit that he started, in which he was asked a question about his approach to fans. If you are soliciting sex and using your fan base as a dating pool, you have immediately skewed the power dynamic, right? So you could say the same thing about like Steven Tyler or people who were rock stars in the 80s who were having sex with a lot of girls because they used their position of power and as a rock star and that celebrity status to engage in sexual activity. Right? So, one of the examples that he gave during the deposition, in which, to be clear about what a deposition is you are sworn under oath to tell the truth. This is a legal part of the legal process, right? So if he was lying and these things weren't true, then he was committing perjury, right? Which is a felony. So he described a scenario where he went and solicited sex from two women who were, if I remember the deposition correctly, were 21. Now that's above age. Fair enough. However, we are talking about two fans that came to see him at a con. So the power dynamic now is shifted. He invited them back to his room. They were twins, and then he solicited them for sex. Right? Understand? So it's very easy to say that's predatory behavior due to the power dynamic, not and maybe the age gap, depending on the scenario. Now they refused him and left. Good for them for doing whatever it is that they were comfortable with doing. However, for some people that might not be enough. For some people, the underwear situation might not be enough, like for Hot Pocket or what's his other online name? Munchkin Adversary. Apparently that's not enough to be sexually inappropriate. And that's going to be a personal thing, I guess. I think that meets my requirement of being at the very minimum a sex pest, and I would say that that is predatory behavior. So it covers my basis. So one of the questions again I would have been asking was, okay, so what does it take? What's your line here? What would someone have to do to be considered a sexual predator or a sex pest? To worst case, it's gummy behavior. Correct. At minimum. So, and this is without using any prior accusations, because there are accusations of him like grabbing women's genitals in elevators. There is stuff about him reaching under skirts. There's stuff about him like grabbing people like around hips and like hugging them and like kissing them without their consent and them being underage at the time. There's that one actually. I'm pretty sure he admitted to. It was a kiss on the cheek. So, and you can put these lines and draw these lines personally however you want. However, it's well within reason to at least say that it's predatory and at least call him a sex pest. Right? I think these are fair. So, the question would be to Hot Pocket would be, so where's the line? What would he have to do assuming that he didn't do the more egregious things, right? And was just hugging people without their consent and kissing them on the cheek without their like kissing them without his consent, or like sniffing their hair and shit. At what point, what line does he have to cross? I don't know. I'd call that a line. Um, I also like sorry, just to go back to nor did they present evidence. I don't need them to present evidence. I just have to look at what Vic Mignogna has already put out on his own. So then both I Stand With Vic and Kick Vic became a thing over those 4 years. Actually, it was before that. 4 years was the lawsuit. Vic had a bad reputation throughout cons since like 2002, if not sooner. You could probably say he had a bad reputation at minimum from the 2000s onward, if not earlier than that. His accusers being two voice actresses who never spoke out against the toxic drama on Twitter, especially. What toxic drama on Twitter? And why are they responsible for speaking out against it? I don't know. I don't know what this guy's deal is. Vic's fans, along with the Kick Vic group, got hurt at the same time of his fans. I don't know what this is supposed to say. And most of Kick Vic kept doxing, harassing, and slandering others. So, as you can see, Vic's fans suffered, and they were getting slandered. And the people who didn't support Vic Mignogna and wanted to get rid of Vic Mignogna were doxing and harassing and slandering people. And as you might remember from the video that we covered last time we were here about this guy, like this guy's actual video, you'd probably recall that he didn't have a single fucking thing. And I would also like to point out that he's posting this, giving this, and there are no screenshots in this entire thing. So he is making these accusations without presenting evidence. The evidence and complaints people passed on to me would be sent to online police, if not an anti-bullying website. Would be? As in they're not being? Should they be? What are you talking about? I get it, they're a sex pest apologist. Oh no. You are the only single person out of everyone who saw the video to say I was threatening someone. Okay. And? That is alarming. I mean, that's reasonable if that wasn't your intention. But the thing is it was your intention, as we can see. Just because I was the only one who called it out for what it was, doesn't mean, like, I was the only one who noticed, or maybe I was just the only one willing to say anything, or maybe your audience isn't that big, or that bright. Look, I'd like for you to stream and have me watch so I can explain to you. So I can explain and you can explain. So, like I said, he doesn't know that I already did, and that was when I did that's when I left the comment. You all saw it. That way we can both have a better understanding. Cheshire. Did you not ever warn someone you'd call the police on them? He thinks that's equivalent. He thinks calling the police and getting authorities involved is the equivalent to saying, stop what you're doing, I have your info or else. Does anybody want to explain to this poor bastard how that's not even remotely equivalent? First off, putting people's information out into the world with the intention of someone out on the internet picking it up and doing something to them, presumably something bad, is very different from I'm going to send your information to the police who have rules. You basically called for vigilante justice on a person, and you're saying that's the same as calling the police. What? Threatening someone and calling the police are equal. As a brown man, I know of this gambit. Right? He's trying to take it back with all his might. Too bad, so sad. Can't put the genie back in the bottle. Well, and here's the thing. Maybe it wasn't his intention, but all you would have to do is say, oh, that wasn't my intention. Can you explain to me why it comes across that way? And then I could say, why it come across that way? And he could say, oh yeah, shit, I really didn't word that well. Is there another way I should have worded this? Or I don't know of another way to word this. And then I could have said, here's 100,000 other ways you could have worded this. But that would take some self-reflection, and that is just not possible here, as you may have noticed. Because he's taking, stop what you're doing, I have your info or else, and trying to move the goalposts to, that was a cause and effect warning, equivalency of saying I was going to call the police. Sounds like he already made up his mind. It's like, you're better off talking to Wall. Yeah, yes. There's a reason, there's more than one reason why this dude and I were not live on YouTube yesterday. And we're gonna get to that. Oh, it's gonna get worse. It's gonna get worse. This is only gonna get worse. This is while I was away. I was at the movies. That's what I'm doing towards Kick Vic, if that's what you're talking about. They've harassed cons to ban Vic Mignogna. Prove it. Prove they've harassed cons. An individual sending information to a con, especially true information to a convention, and the result of that information being known by the con is the removal of Vic Mignogna due to them now knowing about Vic Mignogna's behavior, is not harassing a con, nor is the person who sent the information at fault. Vic Mignogna's behavior is still the thing that's responsible. Right? So, if you say that, yeah, but 17 of them sent the information, that's fine. That's still not harassment. Harassment would be calling the convention every single day and saying, you have to get rid of this guy, you have to get rid of this guy, you have to get rid of this guy. And it'd have to be more than one person calling the convention constantly or sending them mail and emails. It would have to be more than just, hey, this convention is going to have Vic Mignogna. Gross. Vic Mignogna's kind of nasty. Convention probably shouldn't have them. Or saying, hey, this convention is having Vic Mignogna. Clearly they don't care about the safety of the people at the convention. That's not harassment? Particularly not harassment of the convention. What it is bad press. That's what that is. I went to go see the Dungeons and Dragons movie, Honor Among Thieves. I enjoyed it. There are some plot holes. There's some goofy nonsense. It was a fun time, though. People would rather die in some crazy hill than take responsibility. It's wild how some people's minds work. In that video, I covered them attempting to sabotage an event involving Vic Mignogna, Chuck Huber, and another voice actor, I think. Yes, so we talked about this last time. Essentially, there was an event at a middle school that Vic Mignogna was invited to. So far, nobody in the Kick Vic category of people, however you draw those lines, has said that they contacted the event. They've all said they have not contacted the event. Whether or not that's true, you'll have to take that at face value. I will say that thus far they've been pretty upfront when they have contacted. So there was like a hotel that got contacted one time because Vic Mignogna was basically just saying he was going to show up there with no prior notice. There's been conventions where I've seen people tweeting about the convention and tweeting at the convention saying like, "Really, you're going to have Vic Mignogna there?" Right? But I have not seen anybody say it was them, and in fact, this guy at the beginning of his video said there was no evidence that it was the Kick Vic people who did this, that it was just them. The only post that I saw from the middle school was that the event had been canceled for reasons. Or it was just Vic Mignogna, or as the voice actor had been canceled but they didn't say why, right? They didn't give out reasons. For all we know, it was a scheduling conflict. So, this is a lie. This isn't even what he said in the video that I had responded to, so he just thinks I'm a fucking idiot, I guess. There is no evidence of them attempting to sabotage fucking anything. Even in his video, there is no evidence of them anybody attempting, and nobody actually, not Kick Vic, not I Stand With Vic, not random schlub 35. There is no evidence shown in his video of anybody attempting to sabotage this middle school. In that video, he actually requested that these Kick Vic people should be putting together some kind of like case against Vic Mignogna if they wanted him to not be places. And I'm like, great, here's a case for you. It's just a video of Vic Mignogna waving his underwear around. You really think that that's not a decent reason for maybe a middle school to not want him there? Imagine me being a server raider who came from your server as a regular member. I kept harassing other servers whilst you keep telling me to stop. You know nothing about me until someone complains to you and reveals who I am so you can report me to the police. You know there's like more than one way that you can be tracked, right? With your online behavior? Like what you do online? Like, you're not as anonymous as you think you are. You tell me that someone revealed my information, but you don't say you will use it against me. You tell me out of concern to stop and listen to you, or I'll end up attracting more harm upon myself and to other people. And this is what I was talking about when it came to what you intended versus what you said. If you intended to say, hey, I just want to let you know this information was passed to me. I didn't ask for this information, but I want to let you know because it means your information is just floating around out there, and it means that anybody can do anything that they want with it. I just wanted to let you know. That would have been fine. Because you know what's not in that? Or else. You know what else isn't in that? Your behavior is a problem. Nothing. Because the problem doesn't lie with whatever it is they may or may not be doing. The problem lies with whomever is going around digging for somebody's information and then shipping it around to everybody and with the intention of something bad happening to the person. Right? You don't need the or else. You don't need the you should look out for if you continue your behavior. You don't need that part. That's the problem part. Right there. And it's not even like stop your behavior. It's you tell me out of concern to stop and listen to you. Why listen to you? What the fuck what power do you personally have in this situation? Because this guy's just kind of giving an example in which case that if they listen to you and do what you say, you're the one in control of these other people that are the ones that are going to be putting out the information, which makes you responsible, which makes you the person who is making the threat. if you're the one in power, like, hell, am I fucking crazy here? Like, am I just out of line with what the way this breaks down? Like, his example breaks down in any kind of, like, realistic scenario? They also don't know who you are, right? Like, people don't know who this person is, right? So, like, oh my god, like, this example is so fucking bizarre because it's also contradictory anyway, because it says, I keep harassing other servers while you keep telling me to stop. You don't know anything about me until someone complains to you. Well, no, why would I be telling you to stop if I don't know you're doing this until somebody tells me you're doing this? And then they reveal who I am so I can report you to the police. Great. So you can report me to the police. If I could report you to the police for harassing people, I wouldn't be having any additional conversation with you. I would just be reporting you to the police and I'd be saying I reported them to the police. I don't negotiate with terrorists. Why would I negotiate with terrorists? What kind of self-importance does this person have? What kind of inflated ego does this person think that, what the fuck? Don't worry, it gets worse. You tell me someone revealed my info, but you blah 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 blah. You aren't the one making that ultimatum. In this scenario, you are. You're absolutely making the ultimatum because if they change their behavior, nothing will happen. That's an ultimatum. Right, and it's likely that if they're harassing other people, then I wouldn't be the one making the report. Right. Their example is just fucking nonsense. This whole chunk of paragraph is absolute nonsense. You are warning me not to trigger that cause and effect before it's too late. That is the context. It's like Indiana Jones telling a person to dodge the boulder or they will get crushed. Yeah, if Indiana Jones was on top and was the one pushing the boulder when they decided not to move, that would be. That's the analogy. You're taking some really important context out for your analogy. What the fuck? That is not a warning. That's a heads up out of concern. So now it's not a warning because you are warning me. That's not a warning. Okay. Alt tomato, not ultimatum. If you don't want to stream that part for me and you stand by it being a threat, that is your opinion. You do not grasp the situation. So if people don't just agree with you by fiat, for good reasons, you just don't understand. You just don't get it. Small brain. You do not know me. Uh-huh. Never claimed otherwise. I don't expect you to. I don't blame you for thinking it is a threat, contrary to what a friend has even pointed out as not a threat. So you had a friend show up and double check it, and so you're like, no, that's not a threat. Okay. Again, you're the only one who said it. You know what's really funny? When we watched it, like us, we were cool, we were hanging out, we watched it. I wasn't the only one who thought it was a threat. Pretty sure everybody in the chat were also like, that's a threat. So maybe I'm the only one who commented directly to your face. People who don't know me would have said the same thing as you. Oh, so now I'm not the only one? Now it's anybody who just doesn't know you? So everybody who doesn't know you, and you're putting it on YouTube, meaning the majority of people who are going to see it or have the capability of seeing it are going to be people you don't know. So he agrees that it's a threat and it comes off as a threat, but that wasn't the intention. Your opinion, however, will not stop me from respecting you and supporting you. First off, you don't respect me. Just by the way you talk to me, you don't have any respect for me at all. Second off, you don't know me, so the only respect you should really have for me is the fact that one, I was ballsy enough to say that to your face, or two, as just like a regular one-on-one general respect thing. So I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. And when I'm throwing this out here just because he did give money on Patreon, but I don't know if he actually got charged for it because it hasn't been a month. So if he had just said it, got access to the Discord, then left, then the charge never would have gone through. So, not that he would have needed to anyway, by the way. He could have just contacted me in like 7 other different ways that didn't cost any money. So if you don't want to listen to me, please respect what I am aware of and not let this come between a potential friendship. Do you think this guy knows what a friend is? Yes or no in the chat. You guys think this person has like healthy friendships in their life? Do you think they know what you think if I asked what describe a friendship, do you think they'd be able to? Wow, that was fast. Please listen when you can. I saw what you were talking about. Are you ready? I'm gonna put this on so I can hear too, because I love being condescended to.
Hi, Chester. It's me, Munchkin Adversary slash Hot Pocket Despair. You know, I want to tell you, this going on, what it is. Um, I felt offended when you laughed with the LOL part when I was trying to explain myself. I'm not saying you did it on.
Is that better? Okay.
Hi, Chester. It's me, Munchkin Adversary slash Hot Pocket Despair. You know, I want to tell you, this going on, what it is. I felt offended when you laughed with the LOL part.
So I'll show you the LOL part he's talking about. It's this. It's this message here. So if he knew me, it would be me indicating that I wasn't trying to come down hard on him. That I was like, this is worse. Not this is worse. You're a bad person. But hey, this being what it is, whatever the fuck that means. Nah, Chesh, you are now indebted to him for the $1 he never paid you forever. Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, I thought we were friends. This potential friendship.
When I was trying to explain myself, I'm not saying you did it on purpose. I know you didn't do it on purpose. But I feel like you weren't giving me a chance to put things into context.
So he was offended by this laugh because I wasn't taking what he had said seriously enough, and that me spending all this time all the way to here was not giving him a chance, even though I already watched his hour-long video about it. Okay. Ew, apparently this guy takes quite a bit for a chance. Needs a chance to explain himself.
And that you weren't giving yourself to understand what was really happening. You didn't do it on purpose, but I feel like you weren't giving me a chance to put things into context, and that you weren't giving yourself to understand what was really happening. I know which part in the video you were talking about. It was when I was talking about I stand with Vic losers.
Do you think, chat, yes or no, do you think the part he's about to explain is going to be the part I was talking about and referencing that he indicated he recognized already, or do you think he's going to get it completely wrong? You're just too dumb to understand Chesh Lamau. Like, I just slipped that in there, right? He's being very respectful and wants to be friends. You're an idiot, by the way. I have no idea what the guy's Twitter name is.
And her sister. What I said in the video is that somebody had given me some information about her that I didn't need. By that, I mean they just said it from out of the blue, basically, when we were talking about the situation in her. And, I didn't really need it. It's not my business. It shouldn't have been given to me.
Sure. Yeah,
But
I can agree with
actually
that.
mixed up that friend with another friend who told me really, in-depth things about her and her sister. Like, they said basically that they took COVID shots because someone else told her, I think, and that the sister wasn't reacting well to it. So I felt bad.
Yeah, this wasn't what I was talking about. I have no idea. Like, yes, he did say these things in the video. I'm aware, but
I confessed knowing certain things about her that I didn't need to know in the video. That's not a threat. What I think is that you mixed up the words I said. Like, for example, someone could say, well, fight, harass, dox, and then, like, it could trigger a certain thing, a misunderstanding. Because the way I'm talking is probably, like, mixed in. The way I'm talking is probably, like, real fast to the point that you lost track of what I was saying. So it could be how I'm talking all fast and stuff.
this guy speaks definitely too quickly for me. That's why I'm sitting here being like, yeah, okay, yeah, all right, sure, okay. Man, I had to listen to this thing that he sent me like 3 times before I was able to keep up with how quick this guy is. I'm actually looking to pull up his video right now. Here it is. So I can find the part I was actually talking about. So we'll see if I can actually pull it up. Because I know it was in like the latter half. Hmm. There you go. 40 minutes in was when he was talking about the sister, and it was before that, so. I should look for the word protect. Oh, he used the word protect 12 times in this video. Jesus Christ. Here we go. Oh, right. Because he was super mad about the Photoshop. The banner Photoshop. Okay. So here it is. I've got the actual video so we can look at that. Let me just pause that just so that way. You guys don't need to see it. You guys just need to hear it. So, needless to say, the shit that he's explaining right now is not. I'm going to put this back a little bit. That's not the part that I was talking about. I was talking about this. Oh, I have no audio. Hold on. What happened here? Uno momento. We're professionals here. There we go.
Somebody who came from your group and it hurt him so bad. You're a liar. You are a liar. There's no changing that. Lilo, that's when your undeniable fact quote comes in. It is undeniable that you're stupid and full of it. Both of you, all of you.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
You are affecting your followers. Your followers have a right to know that you're lying to them. And if plenty of them don't care, that's probably because one, they're simping you. Two, they want to hurt you.
Side note, this is when he's talking about I Stand with Vic posting their L's online. The sexual harassment Photoshop of Vic Mignogna holding the book. That's what he's mad about right now, by the way. So
now here's the thing. Whatever happens to you, I don't want it to happen to you. I'm not wishing harm upon you. You don't deserve that. No one from KV deserves that. No one from I Stand with Vic deserves that. No one who is doing wrong on either side deserves that. My problem is you make it completely difficult for people like me and others who actually care about you to protect you.
He cares.
Why would I want to protect you? Because I wouldn't go that low. I wouldn't.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't go so low to just wish all this upon you. And I'm pretty sure you got people who care about you. I know you do, actually. And my thing is, you got a relative that someone mentioned online that wasn't doing good. For whatever reason, it was not my business. I know your name because somebody from your group told me. Somebody who quit your group because they're concerned about you doing all this and making fools out of yourselves.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, I would protect.
Because that's not bullshit, but okay.
You. I would not let stuff like this happen, but it is difficult. You're doing this because you want to get rid of Vic. Vic didn't put your life in danger. Another big question is this: is Vic Mignogna a threat? If Vic Mignogna is a threat, you need to talk to law enforcement. You do. If he's not a threat, leave him the hell alone. If he is, contact law enforcement because you keep dragging people into it and then you keep picking fights with people and then you put yourself in danger and then you put your own followers in danger. This is stupid. And another thing too, leave Camden School alone. If he's still on the guest list, leave the school alone. Leave every.
Anyway, he then proceeds to talk about leave the school alone. He then proceeds to go on and talk about that he then reveals part of the information that he received. But basically, he's saying your behavior makes it impossible for me to protect you, and I have your information, and bad things are going to happen to you. So stop your behavior or else. Nobody can protect you. Therefore, why would you need protection if bad things aren't going to happen? Right? So there's the or else. That's the threat part. That's what I was talking about, not this.
Thing, a misunderstanding, because the way I'm talking is probably like mixed in. The way I'm talking is probably like real fast to the point that you lost track of what I was saying. So it could be how I'm talking all fast and stuff,
Talk so
and the way I
fast.
sound. But no, you're the only person who is saying this. Others have seen the video, and not one person has told me I was making a threat, except for you.
Mm-hmm.
And another friend, who's actually my honorary sister, has told me, it's got to be a misunderstanding because that's not what it is.
Somebody's sister, I'm supposed to know who they are, said that I was misunderstanding something. Okay.
It's not a threat.
Mm-hmm.
And if you still think it is, contrary to what I said in the DM, I'd rather you make a reaction video or interview me. You can interview me, and you can talk about that. You can talk about what you perceive to be a threat, and I will tell you why it's not a threat. Because first of all, I was saying, out of sympathy to losers, like I had lost my brother.
That sounded like sympathy that we just listened to, right? That sounded like sympathy, what we just heard from him on the other video? What do you guys think? You guys think that sounded like sympathy? Hmm.
I lost my brother.
Ah, his dead brother
And
again.
I don't want her to lose her sister to these dummies who are actually doxing her for fun. And you're saying
If they're doxing her for fun, then they're not going to care about what her behavior is because they're doing it for their own fun. They're not doing it for any kind of vigilante, notable, I'm a good person reason to stop her behavior. They're doing it for fun. Dumbass.
to me, Cheshire, that's a threat. I know what I said. I know that I said I'll get the police on people in different things, right? Different videos. I didn't say I was going to go hurt her. It is my understanding that you do not understand what I'm saying or the situation.
Hi, Lokenberry. Good to see you. Thanks for stopping by for the lurk.
You're new to the situation.
Am
At
I?
first glance, or you hear it, you can say it sounds like a threat, but sounds are not always factual. Sounds can actually, they can deceive. Thoughts can deceive, sounds can deceive, sight can deceive. Our eyes.
The fuck is this guy going on about at this point? Not everything you see or hear is true on face value. Thanks, Tips! You're new. You're basically a baby.
Can deceive them. Do not trust them. Our ears can deceive them. Do not trust them. I'm not blaming you.
Blaming me for what?
It is serious that you say that I made a threat. Why is it serious? Because you don't seem comfortable with it.
Because I don't seem no, I'm pretty comfortable. I'm quite comfortable. You made a threat. I'm comfortable with making that claim, and I'm comfortable in that I can demonstrate that that's the case. No matter how many people tell you one way or another. Do I seem uncomfortable? There's only one person who's uncomfortable here and in this conversation, right? Right? It's not me.
I'm not comfortable making threats.
Oh,
So
it's
it
really
matters wherever I went wrong, and it matters whether or not I take consideration to taking criticism and doing better.
great. Then take the criticism and do better, but you're not willing to do that. You're not able to do that. As we've seen. And we haven't even gotten into it yet.
But if it's not there, if I don't see it, and a lot of people don't see it, and you're saying it's there, that's also a heads up that, something is going on. I'm trying to improve.
Uh-huh.
You have your opinion, like I said.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
I have my experience in terms of what I'm going through. I was sympathizing with her when I mentioned her relative.
Which wasn't the part I was referring to, but have a go.
That's what I was doing. So it offended me that you made that accusation
So now it's not about that I'm uncomfortable with it, it's that you were offended. Thank you for telling the truth. I appreciate that you were finally able to get around beating the bush, jerking yourself off, and pretending like you're doing it for me, so that you can just say, hey, I was bothered by the fact that you thought I made a threat because I would never want to intentionally do that. Except that you do want to intentionally do that. You just want to not take the responsibility of having done so.
I'm sorry.
Oh.
Well, I would
What
like for us
for?
to be friends, but I would like for us to understand each other. It's not about me getting you to understand me.
It's
We're human
not?
beings. You and me are human beings. But I would like
Goblin.
for you and me to work together to understand each other.
Uh-huh.
Please.
Uh-huh.
But you still think it's a threat?
Yep.
Make an interview about me, please.
So, you asked for a reaction video, so I guess this is what it is. But the number of red flags. Take a shot. Don't do it. No, I take it back. So here we go, right? I get back from the movie I just went and saw and had a grand old time at, and I come back to that and all those messages. But here we go. An interview? Hell yeah! What's your schedule like? Clearly, I'm uncomfortable, right? Well, I'm not sure if I'll be able to see the Mario movie later today. Huh? Okay. But that aside, I'm mostly at home. 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. or 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. I might be working on a video with a friend regarding the Kick Vic and I Stand with Vic situation, since we have a lot of evidence. Okay. It's no rush, I just want to help end a conflict, even if it's just a little, so no one keeps getting hurt. Who the fuck is getting hurt? Who keeps getting hurt? This guy keeps saying everybody's getting hurt, but I don't know what the fuck he's talking about. It also depends on whenever you're available, because I respect whenever you feel comfortable doing so. All I asked was what your schedule was like, my guy. I just said, what time zone are you in? Because he gave me 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. or 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. He tells me Eastern time and then tells me what state he lives in for no good fucking goddamn reason. Well, both of those time frames work for me, so it's just a matter of a day. Can a Wednesday or a Tuesday? I can. A Wednesday or a Tuesday would be the best days for me. Okay. Okay, that sounds good. Do you only rather do an interview with me alone? What? Do you only rather? I'm fine with that if it is a yes. It's just that me and my friend may be able to provide more info if he is up for it. So he wants to call a friend. I don't mind if you bring a friend. I also work live. Do you have a preference of YouTube or Twitch? YouTube, please. Works for me. Chat with your friend and get back to me when you have a date. Thanks. If anything changes for you, please do not hesitate to let me know. You get a right to speak your mind if something makes you uncomfortable. I'll keep you posted. Please keep this one in mind as we go through this. I said no worries here, thumbs up. Hey, my friend would be up for this video, but I gotta see if he can do it later when he gets back on. I apologize for the delay. I asked him last night, though. So you can see the dates here, right? This was 04/05/2023 at 4:40 4:46 p.m. and you can see this one on 04:05 but at 1 in the morning. So this was like in the afternoon of that day, which was, what day was that? That would have been 04:05. That was the following Wednesday because I did the video on the Tuesday. So he was talking to me on the Tuesday because that's cheap night. So I did the video on Tuesday. He messaged me on Tuesday. He got back to me on Wednesday. And this is why I said, let me know when you have a date. I said, no problem. I wasn't expecting this Wednesday, today. Next week is totally fine. Okay, do you know what days you'd be open next week? Tuesdays and there was a reason I said Tuesdays or Wednesdays. If not, feel free to keep me posted, no rush. Tuesdays or Wednesdays still would be the best for me next week. Currently, I'd be good on both, but should anything turn up, I will give you a heads up. Sounds good, much appreciated. Hey, how are things for you? Are you still able to interview me and my friends today/tomorrow? So he did not get back to me. This is now April 11th from April 5th. This is nearly a week later. Today/tomorrow at noon. I said yes. Awesome. What time would you be available today or tomorrow? Anytime afternoon. Tomorrow would be best for me. Alrighty, thanks. I will talk to my friend when he gets on. We'll update as soon as possible. Hey, how are you? Are you busy? This was then at 8 p.m. I was busy. The next day. Hi. Hello there. Find a time. Yes, I can do it today, but from what time are you available until? I can probably do it real soon. I said, I guess we're pushing it again. Because this man refuses to give me a time. Yes, is there a specific time you want? I said 4 p.m. or later. I said, how about this Saturday? Yes, there's there a specific time you want? 4 p.m. or later. I'm available from then until 11 p.m. I do apologize because I had to let someone go due to them abusing their powers. I don't know what the fuck he's talking about, and at this point, I don't care. And causing severe drama in a server they owned. If they owned the server, how did you let them go? Did you just leave their server? You seem to have a very confused fucking perception of the way situations function or the words you use. Okay. They apologized, but the damage was too much. Alright, I can tackle that, much appreciated. I will let my friend know. Sounds good, thanks. April 15th from the 11th. So again, a week later, I heard, 3 days, 11, what was it? That was the 11th, right? Yeah, 11, the 12th, 13th, 14th, 15th. So 3 days later. 3 days later. I didn't hear from him for 3 days telling me if it's good with his friend, what time within that time frame, if it would work out. No continued confirmation about anything, right? Hey, if you're still available today, me and my friend will be ready. At nearly 7 p.m. So you're not giving me any notice. Question mark. You said before 11 p.m., right? I asked for you to let me know a time when you would be available within a set time frame 3 days ago. The day of, about halfway through the proposed time, you message me that you're ready? Now, before we go on, I would love to ask chat, am I fucking crazy? Did it, like, am I off base here? No? No? That's reasonable, right? Cool, right? What the fuck? So then he links to this one here, which we just read, which is the I do apologize, blah, 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 blah. All right, I can tackle that, much appreciated. And he says that for some reason said, we decided Saturday, I thought. Yeah, we did. We decided on Saturday. And then I gave you a time frame that I would be available, and then you were going to go back to your friend. And then you didn't contact me again until the day of. So I said, am I supposed to be sitting around for 7 hours waiting for you? Because that's what he's asking. No, but we decided. I just quoted. My guy. You said 4 p.m. or later. No, I said I was available between 4 p.m. and 11 p.m. 3 days ago. If you don't get back to me for 3 days, there is no guarantee that that time remains available. Oh, the friend definitely exists, yeah. Uh-huh. You said you were available until 11 p.m. this Saturday, which is today. I said I can tackle that. We agreed on that. You needed to go back to your friend. Tackling it would be going to confirm with your friend what time between 4 and 11 you and your friend would be able to show up. This dude is like literally every excuse to not actually be confronted with their bullshittery. If you can't do it this time, I totally understand. You are not obligated to do it when I want you to. The lion, the witch, and the audacity of this bitch. And now at this point, I'm starting to wonder how old this person is. I'm like, are you 12? I like how he likes to take these things and say, hey, you're not obligated to do this. You're not obligated to do that. I'm just going to assume that you're going to do things this way. But I am being honest with you. And it sounds like you're taking it out on me. Taking what out on you? Taking, like, calling you out directly and being very direct that you're wasting my time? No, I've worked with 12-year-olds. They know schedule sounds more like 5. Where are your parents? Look, whatever you feel I did, we can talk about it. I'm not someone trying to ruin your reputation or get on your bad side, okay? What the fuck is he so worried about? Then he puts a screenshot. And then he said, we already agreed. Again, you aren't obligated to do it whenever I want, but I stuck with the agreement. We never finished making a time agreement. That was the whole point of you. What was the word he used? Tackle that? Tackling is like you've got to go figure it out, my guy. Not gonna lie, I was kind of half expecting this man to fucking message me at like 11 p.m. So this was my response. I said, no, you actually didn't. I stuck with the agreement. No, you actually didn't. I've attempted to reschedule with you, as this is the 3rd time. I gave you a time frame for you and your friend to work within that I would be available, that you could then inform me of when within that frame would work. The fact that you seem to expect for me to just sit around and wait for you for 7 hours is incredibly disrespectful to me and my time. It's awfully dishonest of you to cut out that part of the screenshot. It is absurd to even think that I should have to explain how scheduling a basic appointment functions. I will discuss this situation on my show on Tuesday. I'm doing it on Saturday instead because that's what I decided. So, at least I will maintain what I said in sharing your side as you've demanded. Remember, he said, I would rather you make a response. So I'm making a response. Leave me alone! I have evidence of what happened to prove you time and time. What? What? Prove to you time and time. Listen, he's got proof that time exists and it's real. I can't wait to see his mathematics. You've insulted me. I said you were disrespectful, and I think that your screenshot is dishonest. If that's the, and that your position is absurd. So I'd love to know what the insult was, because I definitely called you stupid a shitload before you messaged me, so I figure calling you stupid now would be fine. Like, that seems like the same level of, like, you're an idiot. So I don't know, like, if, because he didn't see the video, like, he didn't see the live stream, he made that clear, so that means the only thing he has to say that I insulted him is somewhere in this conversation. So I would love for you to, guys, if you can go through these screenshots, they're in the Discord. Go circle the point where I insulted him, because I'm pretty sure calling me stupid on multiple occasions, and then also implying that I was an ignorant idiot on more than one occasion would be the insulting thing. But I'm not here to throw sticks and stones and all that. Except, yeah, I'm totally am. I'm being absolutely petty. I'm absolutely being a petty little bitch in making all of this a thing, because I think it was funny, and I just wanted to be like, I finally got a Vic Mignogna stan to talk to me, because nobody from, like, the I Stand With Vic thing would talk to me or give me any time to anything, and, like, this is their fucking A line. This is the people that are gonna save the day. This is definitely the person I want protecting me and my information. Which they didn't protect, by the way, in their own video, thus giving that lady no time to actually respond and change their behavior. So, oh, who'd have fucking thought? Alright. You've insulted me. Oh no. You've lied that I threatened someone. I thought he said that it was fine that that was my opinion, and that's how I saw it. And now it's a lie. Funny how that switches like that. This is very nice guy territory. This is the you're so pretty, oh, you're ignoring me, well, you're stupid, fat, and ugly anyway. You dare insult his honor that he doesn't have? Please just leave me alone. I'm not gonna attack you or hurt you. Okay, first off, please attack me. I would love to see what you can come up with. Second off, you can't hurt me. Because I would love to see you try. But I have to block you. I feel deceived and you gaslighted me. Goodbye. Where did I... Why is, like, his blatant threat an explanation of a threat, which he then explained was a threat, misunderstanding, but my explanation and saying he was being disrespectful is gaslighting? And the coward runs away. Yeah, well, you know. So anyway, we're gonna have to keep an eye on his channel to see if he makes a video about it. And I guess I should probably edit the previous live stream to actually I should probably make sure that I downloaded that. Let me actually turn my other computer on and make sure I do that before the live stream goes away, because those only stay for so long. How dare you, plebeian, insult your king? Crazy, right? Yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know. So, I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you guys think that, do you think I was well within my zone? What do you think? I want to hear what you guys have to say. You tell me. Was I off base here? Was that a line? Was there like some kind of crazy communication on my end that didn't follow? I think you should have blocked him a long time ago and saved all this time. It doesn't seem like any of it sunk in. He was just being a dick. 100% correct. Hmm. I need to double check to make sure I actually have everything downloaded. Hmm. Ah, shut up, me. Oh god, the Scott Garibay video. Ah, that guy never answered me, by the way. If anybody was curious about Scott Garibay, he just dropped off the face of the planet. That's Tacony. Oh yeah, we gotta finish drawing Magikarp. Oh man, I might not have the video from before. I guess I could always make another one. Let's just download all these, just in case I missed one. I'm pretty sure it was last Tuesday, but maybe I'm wrong. Anyway, there we go. That should be working away. But yeah. He's the kind of guy who inserts themselves into a situation, create more problems and misunderstandings, and pretend to be in charge, and when asked to explain his shit, pretends that they are being attacked and runs away to hide. Yeah, fair enough. I guess I could check his video and see. I mean, I'm always more than this guy has 6 subscribers, and he has not put out another video since. So, you know. Meh. Meh. All right, well, that's enough of that. I'm gonna open up a Bug's Life because I promised a Bug's Life. I'm gonna grab another beer. Oh yeah, there's a whole conversation, by the way. Yeah, on his channel, right? Which Manya posted here. I have a channel that talks about this, and I'm halfway through. Sorry, I am not willing to put you or anyone in danger. If you still, because this was from 11 days ago. This was 12 days ago, right? This is before he messaged me, and then 2 hours ago, because he updated his own comment, which I didn't get a notification on. I am not willing to put you or anyone in danger. If you still want to help. I am taking responsibility. Although you also told me that you didn't approve of that you felt was in in the video, and I need you to allow me to clarify things on that particular concern. I don't know if YouTube deleted that comment you had or if it were glitched out. However, I have friends who would address your concern, and it is important for us to listen to each other if you are willing. This situation is way more toxic and complicated than you think. Don't ever scam me, threaten to broadcast things about me on Discord, or a schedule we agreed with. What? Then gaslight me or anyone ever again. What you did was bait me and my friend into you invading people's privacy on Discord. We have evidence against you. You played with my emotions. You better leave us alone, or you'll be reported for harassment. The fact that you laughed when I was clarifying things about my video is a major flag. You think you can just lie about anyone you want? I have screenshots and I don't go around ruining people's lives. Quit playing games with my heart. With my heart. With my heart. I should have known from the start. I have blah 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 blah. Apparently you do, even though I don't know your life. Apparently you do this thing, even though I have no idea. You keep the money. What money? Did he actually get charged the $5? Okay. This is about keeping the peace and you living your life while leaving me alone. Whoops. Too late. You even got more of my info. What info? He didn't give me any info. He told me what state he lived in, unprompted. So no, I don't even trust that you will leave me alone. You asked me to make a response video to the shit you posted. The fuck are you talking about? And if you're gonna slander me, keep my $5 that you may or may not get. You may as well show the entire DM with our conversation without deleting any of your messages, because then you'd be lying to your viewers. I think I just did that. I think he's trying to gaslight his own 6-viewer audience. Yeah, I did what he asked. Malicious compliance? Without even knowing. I didn't even realize that he had asked me all of this. I only just found out about this comment. Oh, but wait. There's more. Oh, Manya responded. And what did Manya say? What the fuck is wrong with you? There's a reason why I was doing this stuff on Twitch and not on YouTube. My subscriber base is a lot larger, although like my video viewership isn't like that much larger than his at all, really. I like here there's way less people are going to see the video. It'll be more on par and a little bit more fair, and I don't feel like I'm punching down as much. But wow, I also don't feel bad. And you call people criminals. I don't feel bad. You have no idea what her opinions are on this topic, and you are so afraid of being wrong that anyone who wants to have a decent conversation with you is suspicious to you. Go touch some grass and stop inserting yourself in situations you have no role in, Baka. You should also add you don't know her. You're not my real dad! Oh, she expanded it. Let's see. Go touch some grass and stop inserting yourself as a. You have no role in, and stop gaslighting and being patronizing to people who actually know what's going on and have covered this from the start. Oh, he responded. Oh, send him the link. He can come and watch this later. If you allow Manya or whoever that was to attack again, you're both getting reported. If you allow Manya, me? Like, if I allow Manya? Damn, Manya. How you mean you didn't check with me before taking an action? You have a remote control. Yes. A Manya remote control. Chesh, can I use the bathroom? Yeah, but don't wash your hands. If you allow Manya or whoever that was to attack again, you are both getting reported. Learn to accept responsibility and leave people alone. They didn't see what happened. Actually, she did. And you know what happens when you assume. Just because they know you doesn't mean you're in the right when they didn't see what you did. Oh, you mean like just how because your friend knows you really well doesn't mean they don't see that you threaten somebody? Funny that. Weird. Okay. Oh, it only gets worse. Leave people out of it, and your friend needs to wake up. Chesh does not control me, Lamau. I saw the messages, you nincompoop. And then she added, hi, Munchkin. Well, if I still have the other video, like if I still have the previous video that I did covering your first video, I'll make sure to post that on YouTube, cut up so it's just that it won't have whatever I covered earlier that day. If I don't have it, oh well. Stop beating him with his own argument. He's already weird hill to die on, but at least you're dead. Oh my god. Frig, man. Like, Jesus Christ, dude. All right, I gotta get a drink. I need beer. I need another beer. Goodbye. Jesus Christ. This guy. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Bonk, bink, bink, bonk, bonk, tink, 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 tink. Threatening to report people online is just the saddest threat you can make. Like, okay, go for it. Does anyone actually care? Like, it's not like I'm sitting here saying you all should just go pick apart his video in the comment section, right? Like, I'm not telling you guys to do that. I'm not telling you guys what you can or cannot do, right? Like, you guys can do whatever you want. If you guys have comments to leave that guy, that's what the comment section is for. If he doesn't want comments on his video, he needs to turn comments off, right? So if you're going to make comments on his video, though, I would recommend that you make comments about whatever the content of the video is or whatever comment you're responding to, right? So, I mean, he's going to bullshit about people. What he's getting is backlash, because there's a difference between backlash and harassment. Anyway, I'll be back momentarily. I'm going to go get a drink. and then we'll start A Bug's Life, because that's going to be fun, and I want to play A Bug's Life because I want to see how terrible this game is. I haven't checked to see if he actually did block me or not, mostly because I don't care. But yeah, we'll be back in a little bit. If this guy shows up, feel free to entertain him. I guess, I don't know. Maybe he'll show up in the comment section. So yeah, I'll be back in a couple minutes. Yeah, returned. Oh no. Oh no. 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 You can't tell me that he's just sitting around replying to you now. He's just arguing in the YouTube comment section. Come on. Sorry, it took me a hot minute to go get a beer, but I got one. You can't tell me he's just arguing in the comment section. That's not that's illegal. All right. Let's look at it. Let's look at it. Wait, did he say he was gonna go to law enforcement? Oh my god. All right. We don't get to move on from this guy apparently. There we go. You weren't there. You don't know all what your friends do. No. Oh, am I going to jail? Oh no. Yeah, that's Manya. Yes, a gamer is. That's Manya, yeah. You weren't there. You don't know all what your friends do. So then why do you think I know everything that Manya does and you expect me to control her? Does this guy even fucking understand, like, how one thing he says is immediately contradicted by the other thing he says? Like, he's already pre-debunked himself with the thing he already said? Yeah, see, Hector picked it up. Hector knows what's up. I don't know all what my friends do. I have screenshots. You were not in our DM. Did you notice that in those DMs that I showed, at no point was there like a call that took place that you guys weren't privy to? Right? There's no like call, there's no deleted messages because it'll say that a message was deleted, none of that. You notice that? Okay. I'm gonna chain Monty up in my basement. Monty, do you want to be chained up in my basement? Not my basement. My basement's not that nice. Your post got auto flag for inappropriate content. I don't believe you. I would bet if her comment got flagged by anything, it would have been the link, and that depends on his settings. So I don't think his my comment didn't get flagged. He didn't have to put it through. I don't think any of your comments got flagged and had to get through because otherwise we wouldn't be able to see it. He'd have to be like putting them through as they're coming in, which means he's just sitting there refreshing his thing constantly to know that anybody was even posting anything. At least there was no unprompted dick pic. At least there was that. This is between me and her. You brought it to your comment section, my guy. You asked for a video response, my guy. You think that like other people don't exist in the public sphere that you're trying to have this argument in? You're not being a hero. Yes, Manya, white knight for me. Because that's not what this guy's trying to do for literally everybody. Just white knighting left, right, and center for when nobody fucking asked. You're building drama. Go read her DM with me. all of it, if you care that much to pretend you know me. I don't think our DMs were long enough for one person to get to know the other one very well, although enough to make some inferments. Where have all the good men gone and where are all the gods? Mutual respect. But Manya's already seen the DMs. Manya saw the DMs before they got posted in the Discord, which was before this stream took place. Next time you or anyone attacks my channel, you will be reported. Leaving a comment. Don't bother pulling the "oh, I'm scared" act. YouTube and law enforcement don't intend for you to be scared when you or a friend makes a threat and breaks rules/laws. What? What threat? Just what threat? This guy's the only one making threats! No, not YouTube jail. Oh no. And what in blazes did you even expect to gain from your comment? Seriously, don't. Manya responded, I saw the DMs. And, like, again, as Manya had already stated, I saw the messages, you nincompoop. You weren't there, you were not in our DM. I saw the DMs. You project a lot. You started the drama when asked to back your shit. Yeah, because ultimately he's already bringing himself up and bringing himself in and inserting himself into quote unquote drama, depending on how much you view a threat as like drama and how you don't use that word. The word drama means a lot of different things depending on the context. So a lot of people like this guy will try and call things drama to downplay on one end and call it crime on the other end, right? So when he does it and his friends do it, it's drama. When other people do it, it's crime, right? And when asked to back your shit, ran away and hid like a coward. Now you are acting a victim when you clearly are not. Threatening to report me tells me you are a very dishonest and disingenuous person. Shame on you. As I said, bite me. If you think this is worthy of law enforcement, then you are either stupid or naive. Pick your poison, Baka. I expected people who read my comment to realize that you are dishonest. You are a dishonest, lying nincompoop, and you continue to demonstrate that. Oh my god. Oh. In before they refer to their totally real lawyer squad. Oh no. I'm not afraid of being wrong. I know what I said in my video, but as we listened to him described, he doesn't know what part I was referring to. So, does he? If you're so right, why don't you play the video for everyone instead of just going to people you want to agree with you? I did play the whole video. And then I went back and played that section I was referring to again for you, in contrast with what he was putting forward. So I did that thing that he's asking me to do. So again, if this dude comes and bitches that I'm here doing what I'm doing right now, he is literally asking and demanding that I do the thing I am currently doing. And then he just expects that nobody who watched my video is gonna go to his video to double check it and then maybe leave a comment? Like, what is he expecting? Speaking for somebody who was like speaking of somebody who was saying that whatever. You're clearly defending her against me out of bias when I never came to her or anyone to ruin them. Asking you to back up your shit or having clarifying questions or having an argument against your point isn't ruining you. Unless that's really all you got, in which case you're probably lying. You're probably being dishonest. So, I got a threat from her in that DM. Did you guys see a threat from me? It ruins you when you're totally full of shit. Honey. Threatening his manhood. Threatened his ego. Threatened his moral high horse. Oh, let me check something real quick. This is done downloading. Yeah, I've got that downloaded twice now. It wasn't last time. I don't have the stream anymore. That's so sad. I'm gonna have to watch this guy's video again and react to it again just so I can have it. Boo. Oh no, I do have it. Okay, I got it. We're good. I got it. Okay, I got it. I thought I didn't have any more. Nope, I've got it. I've got the video from last time when I went through and me leaving the message and everything is there. So I'll make sure all this gets compiled and put on YouTube. Probably within the next couple of days. Maybe for this Tuesday. Hey, remember, support a goblin. Consider adopting me. Links are on the screen as well, also on the channel somewhere. Yay! Become a member, become a Patreon. Give me $5 for putting up with this fucking dipshit. Alright. Yeah, so what was the threat? He asked me to make a response video. I said I would make that video as requested, like as he demanded. Is that the threat? She spoke of making a video complaining about my scheduling. You mean lack thereof? Why would I make an entire video just about scheduling? Like, I admitted I was being kind of petty by showing you guys this, mostly because I thought it was funny and absurd, and I kind of wanted to make a little bit of a point about people who stir up shit in communities. But, like, it's not about the scheduling, it was about the disrespect. My guy, your complete, like, focus on, like, just your head up your own ass. And you're sugarcoating it makes you an accomplice. He doesn't realize that I've already done it. Like, he doesn't get it. He doesn't understand that Manya having seen the screenshots means the video already exists and is currently happening, even though she gave him a link to the video that is currently happening. Holy shit! I'm not playing A Bug's Life. I'm not playing A Bug's Life anymore. I'm editing this out of the title. Vic stands are big brain. That's not what this is called. That's what this video is called now. We don't have time. We don't have time for A Bug's Life now. We've already been live for 2 hours. You know what? Maybe we'll try. Maybe we'll try. But I'm taking it out of the title for now because I don't want to. I don't want to mislead people. All right, fine, fine. We'll try to go back and play Disney's Interactive A Bug's Life. I don't even think I downloaded the right Bug's Life. I think I might have downloaded the wrong one. The DM didn't lie. Oh my god, stop. The DM didn't lie. I'm not lying. Stop wasting your time with me and live! Live your life! You don't gotta win! Hector, you're killing me. And your petty comments don't faze me. It's your attitude towards how you are treating yourself here, the wrong type of here, that worries me. He's so concerned about everybody else. What a guy. What a bro. What a hero. Manya responded with, "Oh yeah, you never messaged her to ruin her, but will accuse her of gaslighting you. Right, right. There was no threat. As I said, you project and deflect a lot to hide your deplorable actions. I didn't even think what he did was that bad. I think it was just stupid. Like I don't even think his threat was that bad because I really didn't think it was serious. I also didn't. The reason I didn't think it was serious because one, I wasn't convinced that that was the intention, and two, that nobody seemed to give a shit or even know who he was, so the threat had no weight. You can't. If your threat is to release somebody's information and their information has already been released, that's not much of a threat. Right? So it's like, your wording is still shit, but this guy has ruined a night of a Bug's life and I can't forgive him. You didn't even bother to check her channel to see if she had covered the stuff you were patronizing her about. Your video is full of speculations, and it is frankly garbage. My comments do phase you because you keep replying. I mean, you didn't even need to add that part. I would have just said, my comments obviously phase you because you keep trying to justify yourself. You care a lot about what people think of you. You have a savior complex. Yeah, superhero complex for sure. You right. A good call out. Yeah, I'd agree with that. And now you have resorted to blatantly lying. The audacity you have, it's sad and pitiful. You didn't even have the decency to respect her time and are not afraid of being wrong, but will block people who tell you you are wrong. What a great chap you are. Not. It keeps going. Why is this still going? Hold on. I feel like this is kind of hard to read. Is this hard to read for you guys? Can you see this okay? I think I can do better. No, if he's gonna stop after that. Okay, if this is the last one, okay. I'm not afraid to be. And hiding my comments demonstrates you are a coward. Cheers. Is he hiding comments now too? I thought he said he wanted criticism to understand each other. Okay, okay. All right, sure, I guess. My God, what a petulant child. Like absolutely petulant. Goodness gracious me.